past 2 days, we had 3 breakdowns, and last night we made it to our show 3.5 hours late, and the last 15 miles of the drive we had no headlights, and on top of that it started raining and we had no wipers. So I was following a semi to try to know where the fuck the road is on the way here. So we literally almost died last night. It was awesome.
There's been a lot of tours that were set up, and a lot of them, just everything went wrong from the beginning of it to the end of it.
Like, we're just trying to get from town to town, like getting our door money and merch sales.
Yeah, it's like when the check engine light comes on, it's like...
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not easy, and like, I mean, it's fucking awesome though. I mean,
yeah, it's fucking fun.
To sleep in a van, that's cool.
Dollar menu shit.
Dollar menu, like every day. You don't shower. Yeah, you play every night. I mean, you're doing what you like to do, and like, whether you're sleeping in a van or on the floor of somebody's house, it's like totally worth it. Like, you come back and it's like a lot of memories and stuff. As cheesy as that sounds.
I had pneumonia and I had a fever of 102 for 5 days on our last tour in Florida, no less. Like the worst. Why would you ever have a fever in Florida? It's so fucking like redundant and stupid. And I felt like shit. I never wished I was at home, ever. Not once was I like, man, I wish I was working.
It's tough, we gotta give up a lot to do it. You know, the first tour with Exodus, we had a van without heater and it was -30 while we were trying to get over the border. That was fucking brutal. You know, we gotta live in a van, everybody smells like rotting death because we play shows every night. We gotta get used to that, and other than that, and you gotta drive 6-8 hours a day, and this guy over here.
I think overall the good stuff outweighs the bad. I mean, sleeping in the van when it's 30 degrees outside sucks, but then you get to the show and the kids love it and it's awesome.
If you were to be a band that's touring all the time and you at least have enough to cover your daily things, you know, eventually, you know, and you're always at zero, I guess, and you're on the road, that would be okay.
God, like, we used to just work and save up to just pay the petrol to get the gigs and do them. That's what we spent our money on.
It's like even if you know you're travelling maybe 200 miles to do a show and you know there's only going to be 5 people there. So, you know, you get bands who'll just, they'll pull an excuse, oh, you know what, we'll just say his van broken down. You can't do it, you just got to do it, you know, because those 5 people will bring a friend each. So automatically you're up to 25, 30 people next time you hit that town, you know, and that's how you build a fan base.
Like that, like then it was so hard to tour. Like if you didn't have a manager and you didn't have a record label, then metal bands weren't really doing like tours like this, playing basements and houses. Like, you know, it was like Black Flag was doing it, and all those bands were like doing DIY tours. But for a metal band, that was kind of unheard of at the time. Now obviously it's easier because the scene exists. You know, like there's an infrastructure for it. But it's harder because there's a million shitty bands. Yeah, there's a million CDs that come out every week, and like you have to kind of relatively work pretty hard.
You know, people don't just get handed these kind of opportunities and whatnot in life. You know, you can wake up, you can go to work, you can come home, and maybe that's good enough for you. But for us, you know, we're getting out there, we're getting to see and meet all kinds of people and places, and it's amazing. I mean, eventually, yeah, we'd love to, you know, to rule the world, you know, something along those lines, but. We take it day by day.
First thing is we go, who wants to drive? Nobody wants to because everybody wants to party. Show up to the show, everybody's in the parking lot drinking, getting wasted. And then what goes after that? Like, we play? We try to be sober enough to play, yeah.
Like outside of the box, it sucks. Like from any normal person's perspective, it's like, what are you doing? Just shut up, just go home. But for
better
some
than
reason,
being at work.
It fucking rules, dude. Like, I don't want to go to work. I want to hang out with these are my friends. Like, these are my friends. I don't want to go to some shitty party at home, the same party with the same people every night. I'd rather go to a different party in a different city every night, hang out with new people, make new friends, not go to work, play metal. Like, what is this? How do we pull? I don't know how we're pulling this off. The rules.
And it feels like every day's a Saturday.
Yeah.
You're just like planning
the
a
whole
show.
tour is a weekend for us.
Yeah.
There's a lot. You see a lot of cool things, you know, and I don't know.
Like cactuses.
Yeah.
Real cactuses, like those kind. They're awesome. You don't have those. Cacti.
I know a band that had to cancel a tour because their van was under a foot of ice. Like surrounded completely. You know, like I'd be furious. I'd write the most pissed off song ever about that. I'd be like, our tour's canceled. What the fuck is this?
Every time we go back to Boston, it's fucking raining when we get there. Like, it's just a fucking punch in the face. And you're just like, well, this is Boston, you know?
It's ups and downs, hit and miss, but it is the shit.
Yeah, it's disastrous.
Even the lows are fun.
Yeah.
There was times where we had no money on the road because we'd be stupid and spend all the money on booze, girls, or whatever. And steal hot dogs or something, give us some hot dogs, steal from a Safeway or a car or something.
Yeah, we go
Good
in
times.
stealing all sorts of
Somehow,
cheeses and breads.
We usually stay some kind of fucked up.
The band doesn't support. You can't pay for anything, especially with where we are. I mean, in the UK, we play there the most, so we do all right in the UK. We got to the point where we can actually pay for doing the touring. Now we don't make any money from it, but we can pay for doing it, and that gets us around. Europe is getting to that point, and now we're over here. We've gone back like in time by 4 years.